SMT Nation, we back. Nation, I wanted to share this with you guys here. This is a pretty big development, and, it's something that we're going to want to monitor in the future, and that's, T-Mobile kind of switching things up a little bit and kind of becoming a more serious player in the small cell CRAN world, right? Being able to densify their network, meet the growing demands of their consumer base, and kind of, make their network more redundant, more bulletproof, highly capacitive, outside of just their macro cell grid, right? CRAN, it's about the small cell, and it has its place. It's a really important networking tool. And, based on some of the findings here from Jake Pimentel, who I follow on X, and I think he has a YouTube channel as well. I'll give you guys some kind of a link to some of his stuff that he does. But he shared these pictures of these CRAN going up in the Boston market. All right, let's talk about that market, what we're seeing from T-Mobile, or what Jake's seeing, and what this means moving forward in the future. All right, so if you like this type of content and you'd like being in the know on what's going on with cellular networks, subscribe for more if you're new, and then turn on the bell notification icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, guys, so pictured is a newly installed Ericsson, right? It's an Ericsson market, so we got Ericsson radio gear, small cell from T-Mobile. You've got the antenna at the top, you got the radios at the bottom, and this was broadcasting full scale LTE. All right, so you got your band 2, you got your band 66, and then for the 5G side, where the capacity is N41, to the tune of, I think, 100 megahertz channel. It's on a 4T4R setup, right? So not the cutting edge of tech, but it's good, right? The way I guess it's set up here is it's running NSA. I'm not sure if it's running the SA setup, but it looks like we've got some speed and throughput here coming off the small cell. And here's kind of what it looks like from the stand back. You can see it's serving what looks to be some living quarters, some apartments, probably offloading a lot of traffic from the serving cell area macro. We're getting 1.3 gigs down and 130 on the uplink. Jitters low, ping times are low, latencies loaded, they seem low. That's really good performance. So what's the important thing to take away from this video and these images that were shared by Jake? T-Mobile is spending money, and they do have a network plan and a place for small cells, and they're doing it, I think, at a kind of a discretion, right? In markets where they have a lot of market share, in places where they have a lot of usage. You could see these types of scenarios with these types of apartments and lofts and things of that nature, multi-dwelling units. They are doing what their customers require of them. Is that good enough for the T-Mobile 5G home internet customer here? I don't know. I'd assume that this particular location probably has a couple of fiber options, at least a cable and a fiber. So maybe fixed wireless won't be, on the priority list for these folks, but, 1.3 gigs down and 130 up, you're probably looking at enough capacity for whatever happens in this place, right? And it's not going to be the only one. I'm sure Jake could prove, show, and kind of explain there's probably several of these, and they'll pop up as needed with money getting spent out of that, $9 billion capex that, T-Mobile's got, and they're going to continue to bolster their network. They're just going to do it at a pace they could handle in locations that they should. I see some of the, T-Mobile N41 small cells. They're a little different than these. I see more of those downtown in Cleveland. You don't see them in suburbia, right? You don't see them in rural. They go completely macro in those setups. But this is good to see. I know we've been asking and clamoring for small cells, but it just depends on the market. Here's Boston. We see similar things in Atlanta. Shout out to SpeedTech, who has been sharing some of those sentiments and experiences, finding CRAN from T-Mobile. They're doing a lot, and this is what the carriers have to do. CRAN is a great tool and a great solution to provide capacity and just offload traffic from macros, kind of as the overlay. What do you guys think about this? You see anything from T-Mobile? Yes or no? Explain to me what they're doing in your neck of the woods. Sound off in the comment section below. You are the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.